bit of a concern about went up, so we'll cross fingers and see whether or not Jackson can pop in. I put a link out to him. We'll run as much as we can. This one, Jeanson is on the verge of his gigantic shoe drop, which is his idiotic notions about compressed mutation rates. But in the tail end of this, replacing Darwin chapter, he's dribbling a few more technical citations. And I've got the links that I'll be putting up. Fortunately, all three of them will be linkable. He does a 2008 paper by Cutter on the divergence time of nematodes and flies, which the paper pointedly noted is difficult to assess because of the fact that they've got such a poor fossil record. But they did find, quote, known species of our little nematodes share a common ancestor 24 million years ago, and that they emerged from the closest known relatives 30 million years ago, assuming that these species pass through 6 generations per year. See, Jeanson was bringing this up because they can estivate and go through breeding cycles, and this one is an asexual species. So there's all these little variables that Jeanson is hoping somehow or other can squeeze model in. Finding out from next week when we do David Neff's analysis, all of his assumptions are confusing, different genes and fixation rates, and so it just falls. But at any rate, then Jeanson put up a paper from 2013 on specifically fruit flies, which laid out how many lineages there were and how the Hawaiian ones related with the rise. Jackson is here. Boop. Hello, Jackson.
Hello.
Yep, we seem to have a good connection. I restarted the restart, and it clicked right in here. Has the last bits of his papers. Hi, gang. Let me get over to chat to say hi to everybody. Hi, all. Yes.
Hello, gangaroni.
Good connection. Yep. We'll see what is when we discuss it in regards to science in an upcoming book. Anyway, Jeanson, bless his sweet little, dribbled a paper on that 13 paper on the islands and other data, the paper is like 7 million years, maybe, which is still off the YEC scope. There's also a biogeographical issue that Jeanson is ignoring, which is explaining why the American species are where they are versus the European ones, and whether it connects up with the ones that are known up in northern North America or not. So there's always the, okay, can you apply your model to the data that you're making a point of bringing up in the footnotes? And then finally, he's got a paper from 2006 by Landry, which even Jeanson acknowledged in the footnote, pegged the yeast divergence at 15 to 20 million years ago, even though that was not actually the main topic of the thing. It was talking about its biology, and Jeanson didn't offer any counter argument to it. So what we're going to get, I was pegging all 4 of these papers that he cited as examples that he's misrepresenting the data field. Funny to get RJ's thing on a better interview. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of upgrades I would need. I heard from Colton there's like a booster that I can get theoretically that can attach to the PC that, or the laptop, that can up its processing operation so that it can connect up more effectively with a Wi-Fi connection. I don't know, or I might have to grade the form of Wi-Fi that I get as well. Remember, I'm running at the bargain basement level on that, but we'll play it along as we go. Even if this only lasts a few minutes, it will be long enough that I can have a posting up on YouTube and go ahead and put up the links to all the material on it. So we get on to part 2, which is dear old Michael Oard is diving into biogeography again.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah, a big oh dear on this one. It's a 2020 post from creation.com where he tried a double whammy. First, he contended that, quote, uniformitarian scientists, unquote, so busy over their biogeography. And then that Ord's what follows, and that's why the link is just worthy of plowing monstrosity. I had a while tracking down all the background on it. It's technically called Land Bridges After Flood. And he's kind of arguing that, like, the fact that hippopotamuses and that show up in England when it was much, 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 much warmer is somehow a problem for biogeography. And that then he brings up
they're Laurasia thares.
Yeah. And in fact, the papers that he cited actually come to bring cannot allow there to be the ice age, which is taking place after the flood. And therefore, the idea that there could be 10,000s, hundreds of thousands of years in between some of these earlier interglacials, when you've got opportunity for fauna to switch back and forth. Well, he makes a mistake of alluding to this kind of stuff. So it's not a puzzle. Change this old sources. And rather than getting on like the 21st century, like a paper like Orliac 2010 from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences that I'll be putting a link to because it has the delightful advantage of being a really recent work and public access. Early Miocene hippopotamids and hippopotamus origins, and they go into material in here about the biogeography and shifting about the time frames of all of that. Funny, it seems like they're not scratching their heads quite as much over this issue as he cited. A lot of this I was able to glom onto from surreptitious places. So most of them I don't have open access links to be able to give you. But one that he did cite, the 2000 paper on mammal fauna. And then there's a, I'm also going to be dribbling in 2022 paper, which he couldn't have known anything about. English hippopotamus, indicating that this was further indication of what the warm period was during that little period. Anyway, your reaction?
Needless to say. RJ, you still there? It's kind of roboting in and out.
Straight. Well, it's so parochial about and I'm getting a little circle on there. I'm roboting in. So because they're opening of the and they're changing people living in the land area that's now like the that we're having connections. Yeah.
I can hear you a little bit better.
Minutes, because the main thing is up, because this will be a long enough of a stream on that. This is a book, and I access
And it looks like he's gone. Ruh-roh. How's everybody doing? Yes, Vandalia, I can see your message. Oh, maybe he's back. Oh, there he is. RJ, can you hear me? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah. So what was fascinating about this is that all of these works, major problem, as is typical of almost all anti-evolutionists, is not so much that they are making false claims on the tiny little narrow little niche points they bring up. It's that they're leaving out everything else. And so it's that error part. Always be instantly suspicious when people are making an argument based on really old works, like nothing. And the other works I was just researching as well on discussion about seals. One of the, I think Sir Hadi is been argued with on what the picture shows about bicolor seals and the Caspian Sea seals have as their problem for evolution. Range of works denying the fact of pinniped that and who does he rely on for this? Not by citing the technical paper, but by invoking Carl Werner as filtered through a Don Batten.
That's kind of amazing.
When I typically do an analysis, I'll give you a little peek into how the RJ's brain works. Here, I had a basic file because there wasn't a BA. Read, and then around the material that is technical literature, and then I can go through and see if I can get source material on it, and that way you can kind of triage where things are going, locate how much of the material is being drawn on, and you can check what's on dates and all the rest. And I was able to finally track down all the material that he was drawing off of, and as a body, it's a wonderful pile of technical literature. It's amazing, so much stuff. Biogeography, the whole issue of processing mass extinction, human beings on today. Even though the data set has improved an awful lot, I think the view of most above that there's climate stress in some cases and exploited by humans, and that in other cases human hunting stress already up in arms. In the case of like the mastodons, like highly likely that and habitat is shifting doesn't require that. But that doesn't seem to these that you would have on. If anybody in the live chat that is familiar with that, then away we go.
You're referring to
where are you at the moment in your research on?
Oh, and RJ is gone again. Well, so how's it going, everybody? Are we having a good night? Oh, RJ's back. Hello, welcome back, RJ.
end the stream. It says, give us get up to speed you are in your research, and then I'll put a little blurb on kind of where I'm still here in the chapter and about ready to dive into the monster on soft tissue. It's going to be covered.
Well, let's see. I just finished. Well, if you guys haven't seen it, I just did a video on the chimpanzee's tail like a week or so ago, and next is the bonobo's tail, which is coming up pretty soon. We're just waiting on Erica to sort of finalize her edits, and then we should be ready for that. So we're getting pretty close. You're still really roboting, RJ. And he's gone again. Oh, creation myths. Oh, I'll have to. I saw your, or I mean, I didn't watch your stream. I'll have to watch it later. I'll have to catch that because that looked very interesting. So, rest assured, though, RJ and I are working on rocks too. It's coming along. We're getting there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why RJ's internet is bad. He's back again.
We reconnected enough to say good. What I'll be doing, I'm sorry I didn't thank all the patrons, people. Let them off here while I can do that for the last tail minute here. Are Henrel, Colton, Eric, Sarah, Seshi, Travis, Ian, Convert Me, Stephen Early, Eat Me, James, History Minor, Ralph Fadden, Paulogia, Ralph Pledger, Slava, Speed to Sound Studio, DM Wing, Command Cyber, Anku Jelly, the these are not really. Whoops.
And he's gone again. It used to be my internet that was the worst. I don't know what happened.